So the Season 1 mid-season patch came out for Overwatch. This isn't that big of a patch since they've been doing balance changes since the release, but we still got some stuff to go over. So to start, they made some changes with sub-roles. For the medic sub-role, they increased the self-healing from 25% to 40%. For bruisers, now their passive triggers below 50% health. And for the initiators, their passive no longer triggers while they're at full health, and the healing got reduced from 75 to 60. Now moving on to the hero-specific changes. Starting with D.Va, the cooldown on her boosters got increased from 3.5 seconds to 4 seconds. Then Hazard got his sub-role changed completely, so now he's an initiator. So this means now he can pretty much heal himself anytime he uses Violent Leap. And then for Ramatra, on 5v5 specifically, the cooldown of his Void Barrier got reduced to 12 seconds from 13. And the damage of his Annihilation got increased from 30 to 35. And wrapping up the tanks with Roadhog, for his Scrap Gun, the damage per bullet got increased from 6.5 to 7. Moving on to DPS, for Anran, her Infernal Rush, it will now automatically climb over small ledges and give her an extra 20% jump height. And for Emre, his Altered Vitals now triggers at 4 seconds instead of 4.5. And once again, they go for Vendetta, and now they're swapping her Raging Storm and Siphoning Strike perks. So now Raging Storm's a minor perk that does less damage, and Siphoning Strike is a major perk, but it gives more lifesteal. So with these changes, you can no longer stack Siphoning Strike and Relentless. Just please leave Vendetta alone now. And then finally, we go to supports. For Illari, her Summer Solstice perk now only gives 20% attack speed instead of 30%. And her Sunburn perk only burns for 50 extra damage now instead of 70. And finally, the resource for her secondary fire got reduced from 3.5 seconds to only 3 seconds. Alright, moving on to everybody's favorite Jetpack Cat. She has the new minor perk called Ulterior Motive, which makes 15% of the healing from her weapons get converted to fuel. And now her Claws Out perk is a major perk, but it has a reduced cooldown to 6 seconds. And last but not least, we have Mizuki. His aura got increased to 12 meters, and the time before it starts degenerating got reduced from 2 seconds to 1.75. And then for Stadium, the only change that they made is that for general icons, the background is now based on the color of their rarity. And then of course there were a bunch of bug fixes, but a notable one is that Mizuki can't charge his healing aura anymore before the start of a match. And that's it. That's all the changes for this mid-season. What do you guys think of these changes? Let me know. If you play Overwatch, I stream open lobbies every Saturday at Kane127 on Twitch. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.